There's not just one thing that inspires my creative process. Everything I see, everything I perceive, I see beauty in everything. I see an opportunity to create or to recreate or to recycle, and I think it shows in some of my work too. My name is Emmanuel Oyeleke. I'm a photographer based in Lagos, Nigeria. One thing people don't know about me, I like to play Scrabble. I long to go to the Olympics, so yeah. In 2011, I came to Lagos for my youth service, and at that point I was thinking, what do I do again after youth service? I was a computer programmer, but I used to play Scrabble professionally, so I used to travel around the world playing Scrabble, and it just occurred to me, why don't I take pictures whenever I travel? And that was how I developed the interest in photography. So I said, you know what, I'm going to buy a camera. I didn't want to learn photography because I wanted to become a photographer. I just wanted to learn photography because I wanted to take better pictures whenever I travel. I found the workshop and I registered for it. And after 2 weeks, I quit my job and I became a photographer. That was it. Because of the way I was always adventurous. I was always doing things on my own. So when I told them I was going into photography, I don't think it was a surprise to them. I think they accepted the reality, just well, because all they said was, okay, we trust you. We trust that anything you do, you always do it well. So yes, you do this well too. And that was just their reaction. My first camera, my dad chipped in a little bit to it. My first 60D. Canon 60D, yes. And now, seeing how I've grown, their reaction is, oh, that's my boy, I'm proud of you. They always call me, oh, we saw you on TV yesterday. You didn't tell us you'd be on TV. You should be telling us those kind of things so that we can share it with our friends. Just like, one of the very first posts that went viral on Instagram was a shoot I did for Ejiro Mustafiri. I think that should be 2014 or 2015. That was one of the very first set of posts that really got attention and got people talking, yes. The thing is, there's no typical day. Every day is different from the next. One of the reasons why I actually stopped programming is because I hated routines. I hated doing the same thing, doing it exactly the same way, over and over again. I would go to work in the morning, I come back at night. That seemed very repetitive for me, and that's not the kind of person I am. If I want to do something today, I want to do it differently tomorrow. And that's one thing about me, and it still reflects in my creative process. In Lagos alone, you can say you have about 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 photographers. So how do you stand out if you don't carve a niche for yourself and let people know you for something? Be top of mind in what you do. I really don't know if you would be told this in business school because I've never attended one, but I can tell you that integrity is important, and a lot of brands have structure in place. In order to bridge the gap, I think it's just very, very important for us to create that structure as creatives, not just doing business as a creative, just doing business as business. Maybe 2013 or 2014, I just started photography, and things were not as really rosy as it was. I had a car then. There was a Benz 200, that was a 1984 version, and I was coming from the studio on this particular day when the car broke down. It broke down, and to make matters worse, it started raining immediately. And you know the Benz 200 is so heavy, you could hardly push it yourself. And when it started raining, I thought, okay, well, let me leave this car here and take a taxi. I looked at myself, I didn't have any wallet. I didn't have any money on me. I didn't have any money in my account. It was raining and I was crying in the rain and going home. I was just like, what kind of life is this? Who sent me to come to Lagos? Shouldn't I just go to my parents' house? It would be better off just sitting at home and eating free food at my parents' house than coming to Lagos to suffer. And anyways, I didn't give up. The story is never give up. Facebook has been there to always remind me of when I started, all the pictures I used to post on Facebook. When the reminders come, I just look at the picture and I'm like, nah, I don't believe I did this. Recently, Instagram has been very, very, very helpful in getting the word out and sharing my heart with the entire world. So I would say Instagram has been very, very instrumental to my growth and the growth of my audience. So yes, it's been really interesting, and at some point it actually feels like, oh well, we really need to actually create for the Facebook platform, for Instagram, using it for marketing, we need to create content that people can consume in order to get that growth going. Sometimes it could be met with a bit of trepidation. What will people think? What will people think of this? But eventually when you put it out, people are just like, oh wow, this is over the top, this is good. And it just gives you some sort of thought as to what people like and what people don't like. I really enjoy using Instagram and most of the utilities on Instagram. I mean, the stories are there to share on the go. And sometimes even if you need some form of entertainment, I mean, just distract yourself for a while and then come back to reality. So yes, Instagram has been really, really helpful, and I really enjoy using it. The things I look out for would be my target audience. That's the thing. What do I want to say? What message do I want to pass across? I mean, these are elements or things that are at the back of my mind whenever I'm creating for my Facebook audience. So what do I want to say? Is the message timely? What's the message? And who am I trying to reach out to with this message? My advice for up-and-coming creatives in my field will be: number one, know your audience, know it very well, because guys now are very good. Number two, carve a niche for yourself as early on as possible. Number three, have a plan.